Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, I'm back again to continue with adverb phrase and verb phrase, adjective phrase. As you see here, okay, unfortunately the cat killed the mouse. So we need to have a comma here. Don't forget the comma, because unfortunately is an a sentence adverb modifying the whole sentence. So we must have full stop. The cat, comma, unfortunately, comma, killed the mouse. Here we have adverb, and we have subject, and we have a predicate al-khabar, or a predicator, or verb. You can change it or replace it with the verb, and we have direct object. The cat, unfortunately, killed the mouse. So don't forget the two commas. The cat killed the mouse. Unfortunately, so look, adverb, adverb, adverb. Therefore, adverb phrase consists of a degree plus adjective. But remember, the adverb, I mean, this is adverb, not adjective. The adverb is the keyword or the head word. The function of this word is adverb or adverbial. Example, Ken snores very loudly. So very is adverb of degree, and loudly is the head word. Prepositions and prepositional phrases. Prepositions belong to a class of words which express relations of time, direction, a place, position. Words beginning, words belonging to this class include in, at, about, through, till, for, next to, between, against, beside, down, above. So I think there are more than 30 different prepositions actually, and some of the prepositions have different meanings regarding to the context they are in. Prepositions, I mean, they are abstract without being in a context, by the way. Prepositions can appear alone, such as in Sally looked up. Looked up, okay, it means upward in the sky, or together with a noun phrase as in Sally looked up the chimney. Looked up the chimney, okay. In both cases, the preposition is part of a prepositional phrase, that is PP. The prepositional phrase and Sally looked up, remember, Sally looked up consists solely of a preposition, up, okay, that is a preposition. The prepositional phrase in Sally looked up the chimney, so we have up the chimney. That is a prep phrase. It's like when I say the book is on the table, so on the table is a prep phrase. Okay, Sally looked up the chimney consists of a preposition followed by a noun phrase, so we have a preposition, and what follows it, the word chimney, the plus a chimney. The noun phrase in turn بالمقابل consists of a determiner and a noun. So that's very easy to understand, because we have, okay, that chimney. Here we have sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. We have noun or a proper noun Sally, and we have the verb phrase verb looked, and we have the prepositional phrase which is up, okay, means أعلى. The opposite is down. She looked down. Sentence, now we have the noun phrase, okay, that is the noun phrase. So we have a verb phrase, actually verb phrase consisting of a preposition which is up or down if the sentence Sally looked down, okay. Verb phrase consisting of a preposition and noun phrase. We have determiner and we have the noun chimney. So the two constituents, I mean the two key elements of a sentence are the noun phrase and the verb phrase, as you see, look up, or the verb look is a transitive verb. That's why it must be followed by a direct object. That is the direct object. The prepositional phrase forms part of the predicate. The predicate means al-khabar and is therefore denominated by the verb phrase note by using the substitution test we have. Sally looked up. George did too. George looked up too. Okay? So did I. Sally looked up the chimney. George did too. I did too. So did I, and so on. So the rule for a prepositional phrase, as you see, we have a prep phrase consisting of a preposition plus noun phrase. Now we will focus on the function, inshallah. The prepositional phrase is said to function as adverbial, but not all the time, as it can answer the questions how, when, where, like the adverb phrase. Example, Sally reads in the morning. When does Sally read? So the answer is in the morning. You need a full stop. Here the prep phrase answer the question when. I would say Sally reads in the morning, in the mornings. Here the prep phrase answer the question when, so the answer is in the morning. If I say Sally reads the newspaper or the papers in the morning, so we have to say what does she read in the morning? If we analyze the sentence, in terms of its functions, we will have Sally as the subject, which is noun phrase, and look as a predicate, al-khabar or verb, and we have the adverb, the adverb up. But in terms of its phrases, you have to say Sally, noun phrase, and look is verb phrase, and up is a prep phrase. Sally looked up the chimney. Looked up the chimney. Sally is subject, and looked is a predicator or verb, and up the chimney is adverbial. Sally reads in the morning, so subject, verb, and adverb. That is adverb of time. Prepositional phrases do not have other functions in other contexts. And now, dear students, swiftly moving to something different because we have finished with adverb phrases. Adjectives and adjective phrases. Remember that adjective is not only realized by one word. If I say the man who lives next door is a policeman, so the man who lives next door is a policeman who lives next door is an adjective or adjectival. Adjectives are describing words. Adjectives modify, describe words, and they define attributes or characteristics. They just show what qualities, what attributes, what characteristics some nouns have or nouns have in general. They usually occur with nouns, but they sometimes occur without nouns. I would say the house is old. The house is beautiful. So beautiful is a complement of subject, and it is neither pre-modified nor post-modified. Example, the fat dog chased the thin girl, full stop. The fat dog chased the thin girl. You see, fat is an adjective and thin is an adjective. The adjectives fat and thin modify the nouns, dog and girl. But if you want to be more specific or accurate, you have to say an adjective is a word which usually pre-modify a noun. In Arabic, the situation is different because the adjective comes after the noun phrase or the noun. Dog, okay. The adjectives fat and thin modify the nouns or pre-modify the nouns dog and girl respectively. An adjective is a constituent of a sentence both at word level and at phrase level, where it becomes an adjective phrase. An adjective phrase, like all other phrases, can consist of one or more than one word. This reminds us of what I said in the previous classes, that a phrase can be a single word. It's not necessary that a phrase consists of 2 or 3 or 4 words. Now you see that the adjective itself is pre-modified by an adverb. We say that disgustingly fat dog it chased the amazingly thin girl. Okay, we can say the extremely fat, the very fat dog it chased the amazingly thin girl. The unbelievably thin girl, okay? And if you want to say unbelievably, the fat dog it chased the thin girl. Unbelievably على نحو لا يمكن تصديقه. So remember هنا عندما تأتي بعض الحال عندما يأتي في أول الجملة يكون المعنى مختلف عما إذا جاءت في آخر الجملة، خاصة الادفيربس التي تظهر الاتيتيود أو الفيلينجز or الأوبينيون. عندما أقول okay when I say unbelievably the cat it chased the dog، على نحو لا يمكن تصديقه أو لا يمكن تصديقه، يعني it is unbelievable من غير المصدق أن القطة طاردت الكلب. لكن إذا جاءت هنا unbelievably أو admittedly astonishingly في آخر الجملة يكون معناها مغاير، حيث أننا نصف الفعل. I would say the cat chased the dog. The cat chased the dog unbelievably, astonishingly. يعني the way it chased it was unbelievable and so on. But when I say unbelievably the cat chased the dog معناها يعني من غير المصدق، يعني I don't believe this, people don't believe this. Okay? Here the adjectives fat and thin are being modified by the adverb phrase disgustingly. Okay, the disgustingly fat dog، يعني الكلب السمين إلى بطريقة مجززة. Okay, the disgusting fat dog you can say. And amazingly. Remember, these adverb phrases form part of the adjective phrase. إذن يمكن القول هنا ونقول أن الحال هذه this adverb هي طبعا جزء من الادفيرب phrase. واضح؟ No، هي جزء من الادجكتيف phrase. لأنه عندنا احنا because I would say the head noun is what is fat. I cannot say the disgustingly dog it chased the amazingly girl. Because once again this adverb which pre-modifies the adjective must have a head noun, a head word, which is the adjective itself. So here the adjectives fat and thin are being modified by the adverb phrase disgustingly and amazingly. These adverb phrases form part of the adjective phrase. Now we have the adjective phrase consisting of adverb phrase that is adverb disgustingly. And then we have the adjective fat, okay, that is the adjective. And then we have another adjective phrase, we have the adverb, phrase, adverb, amazingly. If you say very amazingly, then you have another line which is degree, adverb of degree, and we have the adjective thin. So the adverb phrase can also have more than one constituent. Okay, the quite disgustingly fat dog, it is the amazingly thin girl. You can say the quite amazingly thin girl. You see, we have a quite, that is another adverb. So we have two adverbs pre-modifying the adjective phrase or the adjective fat. Here, okay, as you see, the adverb disgustingly is modified or pre-modified by a degree adverb. That is quite. You can say the very disgustingly, the absolutely disgustingly, and so on. So we have adverb phrase, adjective phrase, we have adjective phrase, and we have adverb phrase, we have degree. Here we have adverb, we have adverb. In the previous example, I said here the adjective phrase consists of only adverb. That's why we have adverb phrase, we don't have degree. But in this example, we have a quite, that is degree, adverb of degree. When adjectives and adjective phrases work in this way to modify nouns, they form part of the noun phrase. Therefore, by substituting the pronoun it, I would say the dog, it chases the girl. That dog, it chases the girl. That disgustingly fat dog, it chases the girl. Okay, the quite disgustingly fat dog, it chases the girl. You can say the very disgustingly fat dog, it chases the girl. By the way, you can use adjective here. You can say the disgusting fat dog, it chased the girl. So all these phrases can be deleted. As we said in the previous lectures or classes, that a noun phrase can be replaced by the subjective pronoun it, if it is a plural, by the subjective pronoun there, right? If it is a noun phrase, I mean, pertinent to human beings, we can use he, she, etc. So as you see, it chased the girl. Or you can say the dog chased her. The fat dog chased her. The disgustingly fat dog chased her. We can say it chased her. So we can use the object pronoun here to replace the noun phrase, the girl. So a noun phrase can be replaced by a pronoun, whether it is subject pronoun or object pronoun, or sometimes possessive pronoun. It is also possible to modify a noun with more than one adjective. I would say the old, a beautiful, wooden, Chinese cup was sold in the museum last week. I would say the tall, black Egyptian man. And now we have the ferocious, fat, brown dog. You can say the ferocious, fat, brown American dog, and so on. As you see, we have a sequence of 3 adjectives. Another example, if you say, I saw a black man. I saw a huge black man. I saw a very huge black man. I saw a black angry, American man, black man, and so on. So we can use more than one adjective, and the organization, the arrangement or the order of the adjectives is not fixed in English. It's a matter of opinion. And now adjectives and adjective phrases don't have to appear with nouns, although they often do. They can also appear in structures like the dog is quite disgustingly fat. You see, quite is an adverb of degree and disgustingly is an adverb. Okay? And fat is an adjective. So you see, the adjective fact, which is predicative here, is premodified by two adverbs. So we have an adverb premodifying another adverb. Tree diagram in slide 22, the adjective phrase no longer appears as part of the noun phrase. There is no noun for it to modify, as you see. Okay. If you just recall, we have a and adjectives, like when I say a and adjective, like when I say asleep, alone, aloof. I cannot say she is asleep girl. We can say she is asleep. She is asleep. Even we can't say she is very asleep. I would say Sa'ib is alone. I can't say Sa'ib is an alone man. We can say lonely man. So these are called and adjectives, and they are, they always come after linking verbs. I cannot say asleep cat. I would say sleeping cat. A sleeping cat, and so on. Remember this. Many but not all adjective phrases can appear in either structure. For example, we can have Dabil looks juicy. I would say Muhammad looks very sad, and Mahmoud Abu Anza looks very busy now. So very busy. Well, the point is that it's not necessary that adjectives come before nouns. Some adjectives are called predicative adjectives, and some are called attributive, or some adjectives are predicatives. They come after a linking verb, and some are attributives. They come before nouns, and some adjectives can be both. Can be both attributive adjectives and can be predicative adjectives at the same time. But remember, some adjectives are always predicatives. I cannot say this equation is major. I cannot say this equation is major. This equation is main. I would say that is the main equation. That is a major equation. At 3 we have key factors. I cannot say, we have 2 factors that are key, that are major. No, absolutely not. Remember this. So if you want to have more information, you have to read more about attributive adjectives and predicative adjectives. This will show you how adjectives work in English language. Because what applies to Arabic doesn't necessarily apply to that of English or to English. I would say that tastes good. It smells good. So it smells good. As you see, so good as a final position, and it can be preceded by noun. Okay, it smells good. The juicy apple we see. I saw the juicy apple. I ate a juicy apple. Well, this apple is juicy. The girl seems unhappy. This unhappy girl. But remember, I would say this a sleeping cat is happy. But I cannot say this cat is this is an asleep cat. I cannot say this. The dog is afraid. I cannot say the afraid dog, because this is an adjective. afraid, asleep, aloof, alone. The afraid dog is wrong because the adjective afraid is a predicate. It must come after a linking verb, okay? Therefore, adjective phrases, we have adjective phrase consisting of adverb, a phrase plus adjective, okay? Example, the quiet, disgustingly fat dog. The dog is quite disgustingly fat because the adjective fat يمكن أن تأتي قبل الاسم ويمكن أن تأتي بعد فعل الربط لأنها تكون خبرية ونعتية، ونعني بالصفة النعتية هي التي تأتي قبل الاسم، والصفة الخبرية التي تأتي بعد فعل الربط. وهناك بعض الصفات التي دائما تكون نعتية تأتي قبل الاسم، وصفات فقط تكون خبرية تأتي بعد فعل الربط لا يسبقها اسم نهائيا، وبعض الأفعال تكون خبرية ونعتية. Dear students, don't forget that I can say that is an important question. The teacher asks a question which is important. So important can be both, can be خبري وcan be نعتي. So once again, attributive adjectives pre-modify nouns, and predicative adjectives come after linking verbs like is, am, are, seem, quite, and so on. Some adjectives can be both. So dear students, because we have run out of time, and I will say that is the end of my presentation for today. So once again, don't forget, please, don't forget, to seek some information regarding adjective phrases and attributive and predicative adjective. Thanks for joining us. يعطيكم العافية طلاب الأعزاء.